this might not even turn out that well. Pretty sure it won't. But I'm just walking the southwest coast path and thought I might give a little bit of a chat. So at the moment things are going absolutely appallingly. I've tried to use these new boots that the bloke in the shop said would be great for hiking. They're Magnum, and I don't know the model, but to be honest, they're more like work boots. So they're really blistering at the back of my ankles. And the ergo strips that I brought with me are absolutely useless. Put them on, 15 seconds later I feel them coming off. This is a little bit of a moan, but also a status report. So I've carried on walking, and thankfully the sweat in my feet has stopped the rubbing being quite so bad. But also the water from the grass, from the long grass, is getting into my boots and also helping with the rubbing. So at least there's a positive to having absolutely soaking feet. A view up here would be absolutely magnificent if it wasn't for the rain, the clouds and the mist. I'll just show you. That's the Chesil Down there and the Fleet Lagoon. So yeah, feet not doing so well. Backpack is probably about, I weighed it, it's about 9 kilos, I think 8.8 kilos. Hello, we're struggling here. Whoop, there we go. And it's quite heavy. So this is a bit of a practice run for Scotland really. So I might need to adjust it when I get back. Take some of the heavier stuff out if I can at all. Because I'll also be having to eat, oh my gosh, my feet are so soaking. Oh. May have overpacked it a bit. Probably haven't packed it like a pro, to be honest. But the further you have it away from your back, at least at the shoulder blades, I've got it about 3 inches now, I've just checked, away from my shoulder blades, the less strain it puts on your back. So you do feel like you're pulling against it, but that's better than having it actually like sort of attached to your shoulder blades so close that it is pulling down on you, if that makes sense at all. So yeah, I feel like I've got little paddling pools now in my boots. That's amazing. But at least I now know that I will be better off bringing my Gore-Tex shoes on the hike than these little paddling pools. They're squelching so much. Oh no. Oh no. I'm gonna get athlete's foot here, guys. I'm not gonna lie. So I'm just making myself a coffee here, a bit of a morale boost, and it's good because the fire, the little stove I've got, the foldable stove, is doubling as a feet warmer, because as you can see the blistering is quite bad. But anyway, that's 12k, which is what I wanted to do, because I'm going to be needing to do 25k a day, and I'll start heading back now, so it'll be roughly 25k by the time I get back, all in a day's work. Not looking amazing, if I'm honest. Yeah. Reckon I needed to put more coffee in that, because that is a disgusting cup of coffee. Let's see if this sorts it out. Forgot my spoon, mixing it with the handle. Classic student tactics. It's looking a bit better now. What's good about this little foldable stove? It's really much smaller than you might think, like literally pocket-sized. But it's quite powerful. These little ethanol bricks, I think they are. Just got them from Blacks. And they will get your water warm. They'll boil a pint of water roughly, and they'll last 8 to 12 minutes. It wasn't as effective this time, but it's very windy. And I put the wind guard up, but it didn't seem to stave it off quite as much as I'd have liked, because last time I did get water boiling in prime temperatures. But at the moment my coffee is just a little bit warm, so better than nothing though. And next time I might have to set up my own little windbreak for it. But yeah, if you just put the ethanol bricks in like that, they're food safe, so you can pack it with your food. And I'll show you once I've done it, but you can stack them up basically inside the pot, and that way you can carry it in your pot, so it's a sort of whole cooking set, and it's very light and quick and easy. There you go, so all that goes in like that. Put the lid on, put the other lid on. You've got your little cooking set there. So I've just come this way over this ridge down around here, and that's how I'm heading back. So if I got enough battery, oh yes, just look at that. So got to the top. I'm not gonna lie, I've got maybe 8 kilometers left, and back struggling a bit, neck struggling a bit. Turns out loosening the straps just puts tension in a different area. So still not great now. Whatever I do with the straps, I'm suffering on my shoulder blade a bit. Gonna have to change the weight of my backpack. Definitely gonna have to do some rehashing there. But there you go, it's all a learning curve. I think I'll probably run out of battery, but I might be able to do a post-walk summary in a minute. Hopefully see you then. I'm gonna do this one more time because I did not have the microphone on. Total newbie. So this is the OS Map app. It's really useful for planning your routes, seeing how long everything's going to take, seeing the elevation gain as well. So I'm going to give you a quick summary on here. I started off in Chickerell, walked down the road. This is all tarmacked. It's very steep though, so it can get quite challenging. Walked down through some campsites to the Fleet Lagoon, which is this body of water between the Chesil and Headland. Carried on along this green path, all very well signposted, fairly easy until you get to about this point where it goes very steep, but you do arrive up a kind of, what would you call it, like a ridge that offers a wonderful view of the Fleet Lagoon, the Chesil, and the Abbotsbury Swannery, which is this little duck thing here, and also a church up on the hill. Carried on walking down, so you don't go into Abbotsbury, you go just past it. You get very close to the Swannery though. Arrived at West Bexington, which my Fitbit was telling me was 12k, so 12.5, something like that. So that was exactly what I'd set out to do, because I want to be able to average 25 kilometers in Scotland every day. Obviously, it's a rough estimate, and this time round I was doing it with poor footwear, in poor weather, and with blisters. So I've managed that. I'm fairly confident I'll be able to repeat it with the right footwear in Scotland and do it over multiple days. But yeah, as you can see, lots of viewpoints and stuff around, Stone Circle, things you could go and do if you had more time. I wasn't bothered, I just wanted to get in the miles basically. And so yeah, went back exactly the same way I came. Weather looked up this time so I could see out over the Fleet, and all the way back to Chickerell. There you go, that was the route. It was fairly, I'd say it was fairly easy. You got to be able to do 25 kilometers, but there's nothing particularly hard about it except a bit of a steep climb around this sort of area, and then really it's fairly easy going, especially if you're doing it in good weather and in the proper footwear. So yeah, that's the route. Stay tuned if you want to see how Scotland goes.